Welcome to Naresh IT Technologies. This is Chandra. In this video, I am going to discussing about one method like filter in java.util.stream.stream interface. So, in the previous video, I told you what is a stream API and what is a stream processing, and here I want to discuss one type of operation related to stream, that is what here filter. In the last video I given one small information related to stream API, like stream API is the collection of classes and interfaces which will useful for processing on collection data, doing some processing on collection data. What is the processing? Processing means what? Some operation. One of the operation is what here? Filter. So, with the support of a filter, we can doing some process on collection of objects. What is the filter? It's one method which is useful doing some processing on the collection of objects, or simply we can call it as collection object. Now, observe here, whenever we talks about the filter having one parameter, what is that parameter? Predicate. Filter having one parameter, that is what here? Predicate. Already in my previous videos I told you what is predicate. It's one functional interface. It is always taking one input and giving what here? Boolean data. Taking one input, any type of data, maybe integer, string or long or float, whatever it may be, but it will return what here? Boolean, either true or false. Understand or not? Now here my condition is, my requirement is, see, there is one collection object like a list object. In the list I have some objects. I have some objects like 10, 20, like 40, 55, 33, 21, 13. Like this I have some integer object. Now on top of this collection object, this is entirely collection object. Already I told you collection is a single container which is going to hold multiple homogeneous or heterogeneous or duplicate or unique object in a single place, that is called collection. Then what is stream? Stream is one object which is useful for processing on collection object. Now what is this processing? In this video one of the processing is filtering. So what is the filtering here? I want to find out how many objects are there. Totally 7 objects are there. From these 7 objects I want to filter some objects based on some condition. What is that condition? I want to find out, I want to filter only even numbers. So here how many numbers are there? 7 numbers are there, 7 integer objects are there. Based on top of these 7 objects I am applying some condition. After applying some condition we will get some objects. How many objects we will get? 3 objects. That is called filtering. 7 objects are there, but from that 7 objects we are getting how many objects? 3 objects. Those objects are following some condition. What is that? That condition is number is even number. So in the last video I told you like a stream processing. Stream processing means what here? It's a list of listener objects. In the list, whatever the object we have, first listener object apply on top of the first element. First element, one listener object is there. Stream API, stream objects internally holds what here? Collection of listener objects. One of the listener objects apply on top of the first element. What is that first element? 10, and checking whether even or odd. So finally it will give us what? True or false, whatever it may be. After that what happen? Listener object will fetch one new object like a 20. That will hand over to what here? One more listener object which is already available in the link or already available in the chain. Like that each and every object is going to process by one listener object. These listener objects finally returns either true or false. So here to check the condition, after checking the condition, what I told you, filter method internally uses one predicate. Filter method internally uses one predicate interface. What this predicate interface method will do? It will having method like what here? Test. It requires some input and returns what here? Boolean. So this test requires some input data and check the condition, and finally it will returns what here? Boolean, nothing but true or false. If true, that condition is valid, otherwise condition is what here? Invalid. So this is what here theoretical discussion. Let me go with programmatic. There is one object like a list, it is going to hold integer objects. Now new array list of what here? Integer objects, new array list of integer objects. Yes. Now I am taking java.util.arraylist. Now I am adding some elements like al dot add of 10, al dot add of 10, control C, control V. So like this I am adding some objects. See, some objects are there, like according to diagram what I taken 10, 20, 40, 10, 20, 40, and taking like what here? 55, 55, 33, 21, 33, 21 and 13, 13, 13. Okay. Now let's take one more value like 50. Now what I need to do, I want to find out the even numbers from the collection. Without Stream API, how can we perform this operation? Very simple. First I want to create iterator, which is useful for navigating each and every individual elements of a list. Iterator I equal to li dot iterator method. Good. And this is java.util.iterator, and this iterate li dot iterator, and this iterator is going to hold what type of objects? Integer objects. And these objects I am going to add if the list contains any even numbers, those even numbers I want to separately add to what here? One more list object li1. Here I am writing like new array list of integer, Okay. Now I am checking while I dot has next elements, this method will check whether the iterator elements contains the elements or not. Yes, elements are there. How many elements are there? Totally 7 elements are there. From these 7 elements, yes, if the element is existed in the iterator, it will provides return type like a true. Once return type is true, that value I am reading. How can I read the value? Integer value equal to I dot next method. So individually one element will be read by the next method, 10, 20, 40, 33 like that. Finally that will be added to what here? That I am adding to what here? li1. Yes, li1. Now after adding, what I am going to do here? Just I am printing li colon li1 colon li1. Here the same thing I am going to print. What is this? Li. Now observe here, this is the li related data, and next one is what here? li1. If you observe this program, what happen? Observe, all the elements are added to, see, in the li what we have? 10, 20, 40, 33, 21, 30, 50, whatever the elements which we have li, all the elements are placed into where here? li1. But not, my requirement is not copy the data from li to li1, one list to another list. I want to copy the only even numbers of one particular list to another list. Then what should I do? I want to check the condition. How? If value percentile 2 double equal to 0, then only I am going to add the element to whom? List. Otherwise I don't want to add. Then what happen? Observe here. Yes, only 10. First element 10, 10 modulus 2 double equal to 0, remainder 0, 0 double equal to 0, yes, the 10 will be added. Later 20, 40 and these 33, 21, 30 are not giving remainder as 0. So these condition is, these 3 are not satisfy the condition, this condition. So those elements are not added to list. So here what we are doing? We are creating separate iterator object, and as well as we are navigating the each and first checking whether the elements are there or not. After that each and every element we are picking, and after that checking the condition and finally add. So these type of things we are doing. So instead of doing like this, what I am going to do here is very simple coding, very simple coding. Observe here. I want to read li dot. First I want to create the stream object. Let's check how I'm going to write this one. I'm applying one method. What is that? This is entirely list. On top of the list, I'm applying which method? Filter method. And see, on top of the list, I'm applying one method. What is that method? Stream. On top of the li, I'm applied what here? Stream. Let me apply stream method. Once we apply stream method, once we apply li dot stream, what it will returns? Stream of integer numbers it returns. Stream of integer numbers return. See, I want to write a code line by line. After that, all the lines I am going to combine in the single line. So li dot stream will gives what here? Stream object. That stream object holds what type of data? Integer data. So stream is available in java.util.stream.stream. Okay, now what this stream method will do? Very simple. Whatever the data which we have in the list, entire data copied and placed into where here? This stream object. Entire whatever the data which we have in the li data will copied and placed into where here? Stream object. This is a stream object, yes. On top of the yes, we are going to call one method. We are going to call which method? Filter method. If you are calling filter method, stream dot filter method. If you are calling stream dot filter method, what happen? If you are calling stream dot filter method, what happen? It will create one more stream object. It will create what here? One more stream object. But in this time, the elements which are satisfy the condition which we are giving in the filter as a argument, those elements are only copied into where here? This stream object. See here 10, 20, 40, 55, 33, 21, 13 is there. Among these 7 elements, I am writing some condition in the filter parameter, by using what here? Predicate, by using predicate interface. Now by using the predicate interface, if you are writing any condition, now the elements which are satisfy that condition, those elements are only stored in what here? In that stream object. Okay, now observe here, s1 dot filter is a method internally uses what here? Predicate. So predicate as a parameter, that predicate having one method like what here? Test. So for this test, I want to write some anonymous function. How I am going to write anonymous function? Carefully observe. Now here I want to give some anonymous function to How can I write that test method required some value? What is that value? Let me take here x. Okay. Now on top of that x, I am checking some condition. What? X modulus 2 double equal to 0. Then what happen here? Whatever the data which we have in the li, like 10, 20, 40, 55, 33, 21, 13, by using stream object we are placed into one, by using stream method we are placing into one object. What is that? Stream object. Now on top of this stream object we are calling which method? Filter method. So internally filter will uses what here? Predicate. What predicate will do here? Whatever the element first we have like 10. So filter internally uses what here? Doing stream processing. So stream processing means what here? First it will take element like 10, that will giving to one listener object. That listener object will check the condition. Which condition? This condition. 10 will be placed into where? X. This 10 modulus 2 double equal to 0. Yes. Who is doing all these things? Listener object. Who is doing all these things? Listener object. If it will returns, that will finally added to what here? Stream object. Stream object. St equal to S2 equal to S1 dot filter of what? How many elements are satisfied based on our values 10, 20, 40 as well as what here? 54 values. So let me check whether the 4 values are available or not. Let me check whether the 4 values are available or not. Count. So no doubt at all it will showing what here 4. That means into the stream object like S2, how many values are there here? 4 values are there. So how can we believe whether those 4 values are placed into the S2 or not? Very simple. Let me write a small line of code, that is S2 dot to array. S2 dot to array. What it will returns here? Object type array. What it will returns? Object type array O. Now whatever the elements which we have in the S2, all the elements are copied by what here? To array and placed into where? O. Now let me print all this data for object O1 colon O, and finally I am going to print the data like what here? System.out.println O1. Then it will print the output like 10, 20, 40, 50. 10, 20, 40, 50. So like this we can able to processing what here? Collection objects by using stream API. So instead of doing like this, instead of doing one more way to print the data of, stream. How can I? Let me comment it this one. See, everything I am introducing in within the one program only. Carefully observe. Here I am writing like S2 dot collect, S2 dot collect. So what collect method will do? Whatever the content which we have in the S2, that content will giving to what here? Collectors. That content will giving to what here? Collectors. What that collectors will do? Let me write this one. Collectors dot to list. Collectors dot to list. Very simple. Collectors is one final class. Collectors is one final class. Now what it will doing, sir? Especially in this program, to list. See, whatever the data which we have in the S2, nothing but stream object, all the data will collecting by what here? Collect method, like 10, 20, 40, 50, and hand over to which class? Collectors class. This collector class calling which method? To list method. Nothing but collectors class will creating one list object, and into that list object whatever the data which we have in the S2, that will be copied. So finally what it will returns here? List of integer objects giving. Collectors dot to list will giving what? List of integer object li2. What is that? li2. Now finally what I am going to do? Just I am printing system.out.println li2. Then observe here, whatever the data which we have in the S2, everything will be available in the where here? li2. Yes. So this is one of the proof whether this condition is successfully executing or not, and our even numbers are placed into the S2 or not. So here how many proofs? I told you 3 proofs, by using count, by using what here? To array, by using what here? Collect method. Okay. Now instead of writing these many lines of code, how I am going to write this entire code within the one line. Very simple. Observe here. I am applying stream API concept on top of the collection object li dot or container object li dot, applying stream. Once we are applying the stream object, what we are getting? Once we are calling the stream method, what we are getting? Stream object. Whatever the content which we have in the li, that will be placed into the stream. On top of this stream object, I am calling which method? Filter method. So what filter method will do? It will creating one stream object and copy the data which we have in the stream into that newly created stream object, but not all the data which is follows the condition, which is obey the condition, which is satisfy the condition. What is that condition? Condition internally uses this condition internally using the concept like what here? Predicate. So here predicate will takes the input and returns what here? One output. What is that output? Boolean. What is the input? Any type. Here input is what here? Integer. Now on top of the integer, I am checking first value 10. 10 I am hand over to whom here? X modulus 2. 10 modulus 2. 0. 0 double equal to 0. Yes. Now observe here. I am writing like yes. Now L dot stream. It will creating stream object. On top of this stream object, I am calling what here? Filter. filter method checking the condition, and finally observe here, finally on top of this filter, on top of C li dot stream, this is the list object, li dot stream, so entirely this is become a stream object, li dot stream dot filter, this is also what here stream object. On top of this stream object, this code I am going to write again. On top of this stream object I am going to write what here, this code. What is that code? Dot collect dot collectors dot to list. Now what I am writing, like list of integers. See the beautiful code within the entire one line, we are going to what here, processing, about processing the container data. See, so for your understand purpose I am writing like what here, individual lines of code, but this type of coding not required, simply we can go for what here, this type of line of code. Okay. Now li dot stream means whatever the data which we have in the li, that will copied into one stream object. From that stream object, each and every element is going to filter based on this condition. Filter means processing based on some condition. Whatever the values are satisfy that condition, that entire placed into one stream object. That whatever the syntax I highlighted, that syntax gives one stream object. On top of this stream object, what I calling collect method. What the collect method will do here, whatever the data which we have in this stream object, that will be hand over to collectors. What collectors will do, internally it will calls to list method. Collectors will use a to list method, and it will creating what here, list object, and whatever the data which we have in this stream object, that will be copied into where here, ll. So this is the way we can able to see. Before JDK 1.8 we are doing this type of code. From JDK 8 point, with the support of this stream API, we are writing entire line of code, entire operation within the what, one line of code. That is the advantage of what, stream API. And here one more important point is, filter internally uses what here, predicate internally uses what here, one method like a test. That test requires what here, one input, that's what I am giving like what here, x, and this entire thing it will give what here, return type like a boolean. If it is a, if a filter returns true, that element follow the condition, or if the filter method returns false, it is not follow the condition. If it is not follow the condition, that element is not placed into where stream object. This is the concept related to filter method of stream object. I hope you understand. Here I mentioned every intermediate points. I hope you understand. For more videos, please subscribe Naresh IT channel. Thank you.